This video is the last in the Bruce Trail Hike Planning Database series. It includes obsolete hikes, closed trail sections, and how to delete a hike or route. The first part will show what an obsolete hike looks like and explains what can be done with it. There are only two functions that can be done with a hike that is obsoleted. It can be viewed and printed from your browser. Also, it can be deleted from the hike list. It cannot be cloned or edited. So let's select the View Route or Hike radio button and click the Click to Proceed button. We can now select from the drop-down list a hike that's identified with the capitalized word obsolete in its name. Here we have selected B&W 13 and then clicked to proceed. Note the first sign that it's an obsolete hike in the display is the route type is now obsolete. The only way this happens is when the database is updated with the ongoing information supplied by the Bruce Trail Conservancy. The segments or waypoints must no longer be available to hike on permanently. This next slide shows the details, segments, and waypoints in a purple color. These are the obsoleted parts of the trail. If the hike is to be maintained in your list of hikes, it's recommended that you print this report from your browser and then recreate it with new segments and waypoints. Note, new hikes will not have these obsolete segments or waypoints available. Okay, now we look at a closed section of the trail. For the planning database purposes, a closed section is just a temporary closure that may be reopened in the future. This being the case, the hike or route can still be cloned and or modified. Even a new hike can be created with a temporary closed segment. This is prevented with obsolete waypoints and segments. For our example, I have chosen the Chidok Rail Trail hike that has had a section of the trail eroded away, and the Hamilton authorities have closed this section for safety reasons until it can be repaired. From our drop-down list, it looks the same as any other hike or route. When we first view the hike, it looks fine with the header information. However, when we see the details, we will see a red segment. This is a segment that's closed. When hiking, there may have been signs on the trail earlier telling you about the closure ahead and a reroute that's possible. The planning database only contains details about specific segments and waypoints that are directly affected by the closure. It will take the judgment of the planner to avoid the segment. In this case, the Scenic Drive side trail bridges around the problem. Okay, so now let's look at the deletion process. Select the Delete a Route or Hike radio button, then click the Click to Proceed button. From the drop-down list, we'll pick the Niagara B&W 13 hike. This is the obsolete hike we looked at earlier, and since it's no longer valid, it is a good candidate to demo the deletion process with. If you want to have the hike information to replace it with, it's best to view it first and print it in your browser so that the details will be available after deletion. Now that it has been selected, it'll be wise to have another look at the screen and be sure that this is the hike that you really want to delete. This version of the database has no undelete function, so at this point in the processing you really need to be sure. There'll be no second chance. Okay, if you are sure, click the Delete the Route button. The route deletion confirmation screen appears. The deletion has been accomplished. The only thing that you can do now is to click the Back to the Main Database link. This is the last in the series of videos about the Bruce Trail Hike Planning Database. This database is a proof of concept database. Its current use is to prove that the whole Bruce Trail can be virtually hiked, taking many different routes. It contains information not readily available with a planning guide, including elevation change and slope details and easy distance planning for any hike. As a proof of concept, it has been proven with actual hikes throughout the Bruce Trail using blue side trail branches and white main trails to traverse end-to-end of many of the Bruce Trail clubs. It is now at the state where it needs help from avid hikers and planners to make it really useful to all. Thank you.